In this video, I'll tell you exactly how to grow spider lily flowers from bulbs, along with all the flowering secrets like choosing the right bulbs and the fertilizer that can maximize their flowering. So let's begin, and don't forget to subscribe if you like such videos. First of all, it's extremely important to understand the ideal growing season for spider lily flowers. If you plant the bulbs in the ideal season, you'll see much faster growth, better resistance to diseases, earlier flowering, etc. Most people don't understand the ideal season, and this becomes the biggest hurdle. Before I tell you the exact growing season of spider lily plants, understand this. Spider lilies belongs to tropical regions with hot and humid environments. At temperatures of 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, the bulbs start sprouting and then the plant grows really fast. And here is the ideal growing season that you should follow. As soon as the spring season starts, you can sow their bulbs. This way they'll have the whole summer to grow bigger, make such beautiful buds and then flower. For sowing spider lily bulbs, you need a good soil media and an ideal pot. Recently, I prepared this media at home. It works really well for such tuber plants. The problem is we sow the bulbs in any mixture which results in bulb rot or stunted growth. Before knowing the soil ingredients, understand this. Spider lily plants like a soft, well-draining and loose kind of mixture. This aids faster root development, which ultimately results in more leaf growth and earlier flowering. This soil media is a mix of coco peat, garden soil, sand, etc. In these ratios, I used the same soil and look at the flowering. So the soil works. Make sure you prepare it correctly. A video guide is also added in the description box, you can follow that. For the pot, choose at least a 12 inches pot. I am using a grow bag. It's also added in the description box if you like to buy one. When it comes to growing spider lily flowers in pots, the right kind of bulbs and a good fertilizer are the two most crucial things. If selected wisely, you'll see much faster growth and flowering. We will talk about this homemade fertilizer recipe in a bit, but for the bulbs, follow these pointers to get maximum flowering. Bigger bulbs means mature and healthy bulbs. Make sure they are firm and fleshy, not soft and dried out. You can also grow small sized spider lily bulbs, but they may take almost a year or two before flowering. That is why I suggested bigger sized bulbs. Some good quality bulbs are also added in the description box if you like to buy them. Now let's start sowing the bulb. It's very easy. Fill half of the grow bag with the same soil. Place the bulb with its root side downward in the center of the pot. Then fill the pot up to the neck of the bulb and water the soil well. Within a month, a full plant emerged from the soil. I sowed the spider lily bulb in spring, but I was unable to capture a video of the sprouting stage. I hope you can forgive me. At this stage, make sure the plant receives partial sunlight. Hot sunlight can stunt its growth, so keep it away from direct sunlight. You can see I kept my spider lily plants in between of other plants. That's a nursery trick that I found. This keeps the moisture, humidity and temperature more stable, helping the plant from extreme seasonal changes. You can also follow the same method. In recent years, while visiting many nurseries and talking to their owners, I discovered many such tricks that they use, which is exactly why their plants look so healthy and keeps growing all year long. I tried to compile 34 such tips and tricks in this short book. It's added in the description box to buy. I'm sure of the value it provides, especially to beginners. I hope you will take a look. Time went by and my spider lily plants kept getting bigger and bigger. I noticed a flowering stalk growing out of the base with a cluster of buds on the top. I was expecting flowering after a year, but I was surprised when I saw this. Partly this happened because of the fertilizer I used and the mature bulb. The plant starts flowering as the rainy season begins. These are its flowers, which have a very unique and distinctive look along with a slight and sweet fragrance. Each flower stayed in bloom for 1 to 2 days. Now let's talk about the fertilizer that I used, which gave me such good results. It not only contains a balanced amount of nutrients but also has an ideal pH, which ultimately helps the roots absorb nutrients much more efficiently. Before I tell you the fertilizer recipe, understand this. Spider lily is a moderate feeder and requires moderate nutrition, but when we use a stronger fertilizer for some time, it can boost growth and flowering significantly. I used it on my non-blooming amaryllis plants and look at the results. I finally got extremely vibrant and beautiful flowers on them. That's how powerful this fertilizer is. It's a mix of leaf compost, eggshells, cow dung, and one special ingredient, potato peels. Potato peels contain potassium, which ultimately encourages budding and flowering. A detailed video guide on this fertilizer is also added in the description box if you like to follow it. One more nursery secret from my book is mulching, which is especially important during harsh summers and winters as it protects plants from stress and yellowing leaves. More on that in the book, feel free to check it out, and here is a detailed video on another fragrant flower that I grew from bulbs, the Tuberose plant. Feel free to follow the guide linked here and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such videos.